Living in poverty is a disturbing phrase that is commonly heard around the world today. Over time, poverty has been on the rise. 385 million children around the world live in poverty. Poverty is a widespread problem that exists everywhere. Poverty shows up in rural and urban locations all over the world. The problem of poverty is important because it can have many detrimental outcomes for a child. In Shelley Callahan's 2018 On the Road article, poverty denies children their human rights, and it leads to a vicious cycle of deprivation, which is difficult to break without proper support or assistance. The issue of children living in poverty is important because it can have many major problems that affect children's lives. Global child poverty is all around us today. More than 11% of the world population still live in severe poverty and struggle to fulfill basic needs. Currently in the world, a majority of the people living in Southern Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa live on less than $1.90 a day. These areas make up about 70% of the total severely poor people. According to the UN SDG, right now there are 30 million children growing up poor in the world's richest countries. This demonstrates that poverty for children can occur in any location globally. The causes of child poverty that occur globally are crucial. On Concern Worldwide U.S. website, Kristen Myers wrote an article in 2019 called The Top 9 Causes of Global Poverty. The first cause is inadequate access to clean water and nutritious food. The second cause is lack of jobs and disruptions to some people's livelihoods. The third cause is conflict and violence. The fourth cause is inequality, such as economic and social differences that limit access to resources. The fifth cause is poor education or lack of any type of education. The sixth cause is climate change, including drought, flooding, and severe storms. These events cause a family to start back at square one because they lose their homes and belongings. The seventh cause is lack of infrastructure. This means that people live in areas that lack quality structures like no bridges or roads. The eighth cause is limited capacity to government. The government help programs can only reach so far because of the isolation or lack of resources provided for all citizens in need. The ninth cause is lack of reserves. Families in poverty don't have the means to help them weather through the storms of life. Locally, in the state of Nebraska, child poverty is strong. According to Nebraska Children's website, 1 out of every 5 children in Nebraska lives in poverty. Aaron Anderson from Lincoln Journal-Star wrote an article in 2013 called Kids Count: Odds Against Kids in Poverty. Every day in Nebraska, a child is sexually abused. 2 children are physically or emotionally abused. 8 are removed from their homes and placed in foster care. 14 go without food and shelter they need. Nebraska poverty rate is currently on the rise, but there are many public support programs working to help eliminate poverty. Nebraska Children is an organization that works to prevent child abuse and neglect, ensure that every child can succeed in school, and support youth in foster care. They collaborate with Nebraska communities through schools, businesses, faith-based organizations, and social services. Their end goal is to prepare all Nebraska's children for success in school and in the communities. There are many causes in Nebraska that contribute to the poverty in the state. A recent survey in 2017 was conducted in the state of Nebraska through the nonprofit Community Action of Nebraska. These results showed that 60% of the people blamed poverty on low motivation. Other top contributors of poverty were lack of training or education, drug abuse or addiction, and being a single parent. All of these causes of poverty can be fixed if we work together to correct them. There are so many ways as a body of people we can reduce poverty. According to the Bevan Foundation, there are 7 ways to reduce poverty, including increasing household income, support parental relationships, better parenting, developing early years of education, post-16 learning, and finally, leadership and commitment. These are 7 great ideas we could use to reduce child poverty in our community, our country, and our world. The idea of children living in poverty is disheartening. It is a worldwide problem that is happening all around us. Global and local child poverty is a serious problem that requires our attention. Knowing the causes of poverty helps us realize that every day children and their families are struggling. Poverty hurts children and our future. We need to take action now to overcome the powerful grip of poverty. Be part of the solution we wish to see for the future.